Medfit Rehab founder Joanne James is a medical exercise specialist. Medfit Rehab, restoring strength and movement, making a difference in people's lives. 647-259-5481. Columbus Center, Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com. If you're suffering from a host of medical problems, diabetes, osteoporosis, neurological, cardiovascular disorders, or cancer, Joanne James, medical exercise specialist for over 25 years, can develop an exercise program that will make your post-rehab effective and inspiring. Medfit Rehab will provide a hands-on, professionally supervised conditioning program. Medfit Rehab, Columbus Center, Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, 647-259-5481, medfitrehab.com. Hey, Joanne, how are you this morning?
I'm great, Zelda. How are you?
I'm fine. It's a beautiful day, a little cool, but beautiful.
Yeah,
okay.
Another beautiful day.
Right. Yeah. Weekend warrior syndrome. Is that someone who just goes to the gym on the weekend, or what? What does that mean?
Well, it could be somebody that just goes to the gym on the weekend. Basically, there are people who participate in usually strenuous activities, generally on the weekends, more or less, and generally, these people are either out of shape or they just don't have time to do anything during the week. Or, you know what, in the past they were really physically active, but again, they lack time to do this, or maybe that's just the time they think they need to actually get in shape. So there are usually people that are overdoing it in some way, shape, or form.
Those are the excessive people.
Yeah, you could call them excessive, especially if they're only doing it on the weekend. You know, they could be guys that play pickup ball on the weekend, they do boot camps only on the weekend, or they do some extreme activities, but then during the week they do very little. And so what happens is you find that when I look at the statistics, they look for Americans, over 10,000 Americans visited emergency rooms for sports and exercise-related injuries. And a large percentage of them were people that were what we call weekend warriors. They just go all out during the weekend, and they don't take into consideration that their bodies are not conditioned or in shape for that. So we tend to speak to people like that. We try to get them to do something else during the week to at least help their bodies be able to cope with what's going to come on the weekend. Because it's an important thing to do, which is to treat your body right.
Are we talking also about, playing tennis and swimming and doing things that they maybe can't do during the week? How can you find a balance for them if that's all they may have? That's all the time they have?
Well, two ways. Either we really work on giving them a program that they can do at home, maybe 10, 15 minutes of some sort of conditioning type activity or power walking outside, and we limit it to, say, 15 minutes. You've got to be able to, out of 24 hours of the day, be able to find 15 minutes to do something. Or we coach them on how to warm up properly and how to cool down properly after they finish the activities, and to really try to, reinforce in their minds not to go all out and do too much too soon, too fast, or go too far. Because that's where the injuries come in. The body is just not ready to do that level of intensity. So either we get them to do something during the week in short spurts, or we just try to really educate them on how to exercise safely so that they don't get injured. Because really, it's not worth it in the long run if you've broken something or strained something and now you can't even do your daily activities during the week because you're in so much pain and discomfort.
Well, people sometimes become, after a long week at work or a lot of stress, their passions seem to fire up on the weekend. So they feel they have all the time in the world to devote to overdoing it. Yeah,
you're very right. That's sort of exactly what happens to some people. They try to make up for what they couldn't do during the week. They try to make up for it on the weekend. And again, in the long run, it's not worth it. In fact, I had a great experience. One of our trainers came in today. He's hilarious. He played basketball for 5 hours straight. And this is a really active guy who's in great shape, played basketball for 5 hours straight nonstop and was in so much pain and discomfort. The next day he said he couldn't laugh. Now, that's a typical weekend warrior, but he actually trains on a regular basis. But that's what a weekend warrior would do. They play for hours on end, doing whatever they can, and then the next day, they can't laugh. They can't even cough. They're in so much pain and discomfort. So it does happen, even to those who are well-trained and know what they're talking about. Even they'll do it
overdo
themselves.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're playing a game, I don't know how long it takes, but I don't think 4 or 5 hours is you know, I think that's a little long for any game. I'm not really sure. That's men, you know, they're trying to outdo each other in many cases, so they will just keep going.
You're
until
right. They're challenging each other.
And they will drop, and then they will call on Medfit Rehab to say, hey, guys, help me, because I've done too much. So what's
in actual fact, I was coaching him today, telling him, okay, this is what you got to do to reduce the pain and discomfort that you're in. And he went, oh, okay, because not everybody doesn't know everything, but we try to educate our clients to the best of our abilities to minimize their pain and their discomforts.
Well, thank you very much for this wonderful information. You come up with so many things that I wouldn't even think of, and you help so many people. Thank you, Joanne. We'll talk to you tomorrow. You have a great day.
You have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Joanne
James, founder and medical exercise specialist of Medfit Rehab, will improve your overall health through medical exercise. Contact Joanne James, 647-259-5481, Columbus Center Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com.